Hello and welcome to day 20 of our 30-day yoga journey, Intention. Today the intention is to get curious in our practice and how we move. Get curious in your everyday life. We're going to come through a flow and we're going to be really open and mindful and exploring and getting curious in the shapes and trying new things and seeing if it works for you. Because yoga is supposed to be a fun experience, one where we really discover our best selves, and the way to do that is to get curious, right? To explore and play. So let's get curious on our mats today. We're going to begin seated on our mats in a comfortable position. Perhaps if you usually sit cross-legged, perhaps you might like to try coming onto your knees. Get curious with it and see how that feels. If it feels a little bit tight for you today, you can prop yourself up by putting like a pillow between your feet and your hips, or you could stick like a block or a couple of books between your feet there to sit up on. Get curious and play with how it feels to sit in a different way today. And perhaps if you usually sit on your knees, you might take a cross-legged position. And once you've found your way there, close down your eyes and just take a moment to tune into your body and into your breath. Noticing how it feels to be here in your body on your mat today. Just notice the thoughts you're coming to the mat with. Now, if you did cross your legs, come back to sitting on your knees here. And we're just going to take your left arm up overhead, your right hand beside you. Walk the right hand out towards the top of the mat and take a gentle lean here. On an inhale, come up through center and exhale in the opposite direction. So we're just going to begin to connect that movement and the breath together. Now the next time you head to the right, we're going to pause and hold on the right here. Now I want you to get curious with this shape. Maybe you would like to open up a little bit more, opening through the chest. Maybe you want to round towards the floor a little more. Just get curious, see what feels good for you and where you and your body need to be today. Lifting up and going to the left side, and again, let's take a moment to get curious. What is going to feel better for you? Play with it, explore. And then pause when you find a spot. And then coming up through center, we're going to take your right hand behind you now, reaching your left arm up towards the ceiling. Sweeping it forward, leaning a little forward to take your left hand behind you, bringing your right hand back. Rolling forward. Taking the right hand back behind you, opening up, rolling forward, and left hand behind you, open up. Next time you're on the right, we're going to pause and hold. You might even lift your hips up. Then lower the hips, sweeping through center, left hand behind you, lift the hips. Lower your hips, coming forward. Right hand behind, lift the hips again. Lower the hips, sweep it forward. Left hand behind you, lift the hips. Then lowering down, coming through center, and we're going to lift up onto our knees, coming to stand on your knees now. So just walking your knees as wide as your hips so that they're underneath the hips there. And then we're going to extend the right leg out to the right side. That right foot will be parallel to the short side of the mat. Just breathing here and pausing a moment. Notice how this feels. Then we're just going to play. Turn the right foot so that it's pointing in the same direction as the leg. How does that feel? Then find the space that feels best for you here. So you can reach up, you find steadiness, And then lower the right hand along that right leg, reaching the left arm overhead. Coming back through center, lifting the right arm up. We're going to turn over that right leg. Perhaps you do get curious and you turn the foot. Have a play, see what feels best for you. Where does your foot want to be? And we're going to fold forward over that right leg, any amount. See, as I fold forward, my right toes want to lift off the mat and I come up onto the heel of that right foot. So get curious about where you want to be today. Coming up through center, lowering the right foot, reaching the arms up. And we're going to take that right arm along the right leg again, reaching the left arm overhead. Inhale up and lower the left hand down to the mat. Pause here in your side plank variation. Now you can stay here like this, or you might get a little curious and see what it feels like to lift that right leg off the mat. What would it be like to reach the right arm overhead? Breathe here, extend through the arm and the leg. Then as you exhale, round through the spine and bring the knee towards the elbow. Extend on an inhale. Exhale, bring it in. Good. And then extend it out long, lower that right foot down, lift yourself up, and we're going to bring that right foot around in front of us to come through a low lunge. So we're going to bend into that right knee, bringing the right knee over the ankle and sweeping the arms up overhead. Breathing here. Let's play with this. We're going to take the right hand down the right side of the body, fingertips heading towards the floor. If you can touch the floor, great. If you have your hands suspended in the air, that's okay too. And then lean over to the right side, reaching that left arm overhead. Inhale, sweeps you up through center. Exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. Ground down into the left hand. Reach that right arm up. Circle the right hand down to the mat. Sweep those arms up overhead. Hands to the hips, and we're going to step that right leg back. We're going to do that again on the left side. So grounding down through those knees and then extend that left leg out. Play with the foot. How does it feel parallel to the short side of the mat? Maybe turn the foot so that the toes are pointing in the same direction as the leg. How does that feel? What does it do to your hips if you do this? And then turn the foot back, parallel short side of the mat. And we're going to take that left arm along the left leg, reach the right arm up and over this time. Breathing here into that right side body. Just notice the breath. Get curious about the breath. When you take a lean to the side, does it feel different in the body? Where does it feel like the breath is? As opposed to when you're upright, coming up. And then we're going to turn the foot in any direction that you feel good, because we're going to turn over that leg, reach the arms up, and just fold forward over that left leg any amount. Again, my left toes naturally felt like they wanted to lift, so mine are lifted. And coming up through center, we're going to turn that foot back down to the mat so we can reach that right arm over again. Inhale, lift up, and we're going to plant that right hand down on the mat, reaching that left arm overhead. Coming through your side plank variation. Beautiful. Lifting that left leg off the mat. Get curious, how does that feel? How does it feel if you extend your left arm overhead? I just noticed that if I tuck my right toes, I find a little more balance. What is your balance like? Find, notice, feel, explore, get curious. Take an inhale, really reaching long, and as you exhale, elbow and knee come towards each other. Extending on an inhale, bringing it all in on an exhale. And extending it out, lowering that foot down, lifting up, and we're going to walk that left foot forward in front of us to come through that low lunge. Sweep those arms overhead, breathe here. Then again, we're going to take that left hand down beside the body. Fingertips can either touch the floor or just the action of reaching towards the floor. And then extend that right arm overhead. Inhale, lift, hands come to the floor, ground down into the right hand, extend that left arm up. Left hand lowers to the mat as you sweep up through that low lunge. And hands to the hips to bring the right knee in. Good. We're going to turn towards the tops of our mats now, and we're going to bring our hands to the floor, walking them forward a handprint, and we're going to tuck those toes, lift your hips up towards the ceiling for your first downward dog. First downward dog of the day, so we're going to bend one knee, then the other, walking your hips and your legs out. And then finding length through the spine by bending into those knees. And from the space of a straight spine, then begin to straighten the legs any amount. Bend your knees, look between your hands, and we're going to walk the feet forward. Find a half lift. Exhale, fold in. Ground down into the feet. Sweep those arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Lifting up through those inner thighs. Tilting the tailbone slightly, shoulders down away from the ears, palms face forward. On an inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. On an exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway so you can create a long spine. Your fingertips can be on the floor, the shins or the thighs, wherever feels good for you. Then exhale, fold in. We're going to step that right foot back. And we're going to keep that knee lifted as we reach the arms overhead, coming into a high lunge this time. Like before, we're going to take the right hand down, fingertips towards the floor, and extend that left arm overhead. Inhale lifts you up through center. Sweep both arms overhead. And we're going to exhale, lower that right foot parallel to the short side of the mat, coming into your warrior two. See if you can relax those shoulders a little bit more. Now let's have a play here. Let's get curious in warrior two. First of all, I just want you to straighten that leg a little bit so that your knee is no longer over that ankle, but you're back a little bit from it. How does that feel? Then really bend into that knee so it comes over the toes. What does this feel like in your legs? Then bring that knee back over the ankle. How does this feel? Notice where you feel the most stable. And then here, we're now going to reach that left arm back towards the left wall a little bit. So we're leaning backwards. How does this feel in your body? Could you hold it here? Then lean forward towards the top of the mat. So you're leaning forward a little bit. How does this feel? Now bring those shoulders over the hips. How does this feel? Which space do you feel like you could hold the longest in this pose? Get curious. Notice. Beautiful. On an inhale, we're going to come up onto the toes of that back foot, turning back forward into your high lunge. Hands are going to come to the mat and we're going to step that left foot back, finding your plank. Now, if you find half plank usually with your knees lowered, just see if you can tuck those toes and lift up into plank just for a second. Then lower your knees and we're going to lower our chest and chin to the mat. Slide through so you can lift up for a baby cobra. And then as you exhale, we're going to sink back to tuck the toes and lift your hips for your down dog. Right leg is going to step forward, lifting up into that high lunge. Breathing here. Lower that right hand down beside the body. Extend the left arm overhead. Inhale brings you up, reaching the right arm up. Relax through the shoulders. Then lower that back foot and find your warrior two. Again, let's play with this warrior two. Send that right knee back a little bit so it's no longer over the ankle. How does this feel? Send that right knee forward over the toes. How does this feel? Where are you feeling it the most? Notice if there's a difference in feeling it. And then send the knee over the ankle. How does that feel? Reaching back towards the back of your mat. How do you feel here? Reaching forward towards the top of your mat. How does that feel? Then bringing the shoulders over those hips. How do you feel now? Coming up onto the toes of that back foot, back through your high lunge. Then hands to the floor, and we're going to step that back foot forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, fold in. Lifting up, reaching those arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Back to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Breathing here, relax through the shoulders. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step your left foot back. Come back through that high lunge, breathing here. Right hand lowers, reach it overhead. Inhale through center, lower that back foot parallel into your warrior two. This time we're going to turn that front palm face up and reverse your warrior. Inhale lifts you up, coming up onto the toes of that back foot for your high lunge. Lower that right hand again, reach the left arm over. Inhale up through center, reaching the arms overhead, then lowering the hands to the floor and stepping back to your plank. Lower your knees, chest and chin, before gliding through for your baby cobra. And then lifting up, tucking the toes, lifting your hips for your downward dog. Left leg steps forward. Lift up into your high lunge. Breathe here. Lower the left hand down, reach the right arm overhead. Inhale brings you up through center. Lower the back foot, warrior two. Breathe here. Turn that front palm face up. We're going to reverse the warrior. Inhale lifts you up. Lifting up onto the toes of that back foot. And then taking that left hand down, reaching the right arm overhead again. Inhale lifts you up. Reach the arms overhead. Then lower the hands to the mat and step that right foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Ground down through the feet. Sweep those arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweeps the arms. Exhale, fold you forward. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, and we're going to come back down on into your tabletop position. Breathe in here. Then as you inhale, lift that right knee off the mat, pointing the toes towards the ceiling. As you exhale, curl it in, knee towards nose. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it in. This time as you inhale, we're going to lift those toes, and then we're going to turn the knee so it's facing towards the right side of the mat. Extend the right leg long, lower the foot down, and lift back up. Breathe in here. Lower the right hand down the right leg, reach that left arm overhead. Inhale through center, reaching the right arm up. We're going to sink those hips back towards that left heel, coming to sit on the left heel here. Toes of the right foot will lift up. Breathe in here. We're just going to transition by using your hand to help you so that you can sink your bottom down onto the floor and bring that left foot into the inner thigh of the right leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take the right arm along the right leg, reaching the left arm overhead. Inhale to lift, plant the left hand down behind you, ground down into the right foot and the left knee to lift the hips up off the mat. Exhale, lowers you down. Reaching those arms up, we're going to lower them down to the mat so we can lift the hips up off the floor. Coming back here into your tabletop shape, but with your right leg extended. Now let's have a play here. We're going to ground down into that left hand, extend the right arm up. Exhale, sweep the right arm under the left, bringing the shoulder towards the floor. Inhale, reach the right arm. Exhale, extend that right arm under the left hand. Inhale, open. Exhale, we're going to sweep it under, bringing the right shoulder and the right ear to the mat. Your left arm might extend forward here. Breathing into it. Left hand comes back, grounds down into the mat so you can sweep the right arm up, lower the right hand, and then stepping that right knee in. Back into your tabletop shape. We're going to lift the left leg this time, left toes up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, curl it in, knee towards nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. And this time lifting the knee, keeping it there, and then opening the knee out to the left side. Extend the left leg, lower the foot down. Walk the hands back so you can come to stand up on that knee. Left arm along the left leg, reach the right arm over. Inhale, lift you up. And we're going to sink the hips back towards the heel. Coming back to rest, your toes of your left foot might lift. Now use your right hand behind you to ground you into the floor so you can come down onto your bottom, bringing that right foot into the inner left thigh. Left hand goes along the left leg, reaching that right arm overhead. Inhale, lifts you up. Take your right hand down to the floor behind you, ground down into the knee and the foot so you can lift the hips. Exhale, lower. We're going to bring the hands forward, lift the hips up off the mat, coming back through that tabletop shape, but keeping that left leg extended here. Grounding down into the right hand, open up through the left arm. Exhale, sweep the left arm underneath the right. Inhale, open. Exhale, sweep it under. Inhale, open. This time as you exhale, sweep it under. We're going to take the shoulder and the ear down to the mat. Extend the right arm forward, breathing here. Then walk the right hand back, ground down into the hand. Just lift up through the left arm, bringing the hand down to the mat, and then stepping that left foot in. Big toes together, knees wide, sink the hips back towards the heels for your child's pose. Then walking the hands back towards the towards the knees, lifting up and coming down onto your bottoms. Bringing those feet out in front of you, ground down into the feet. Walk them about hips distance apart. Extend your arms and exhale, roll down through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming to rest on your back. Extend your legs long and just allow your feet to drop open. Arms come down beside you, palms face up, and let go and relax into your Shavasana. Begin to extend your inhales and your exhales. Take some gentle movements through your fingers and your toes. Allow it to become bigger through the wrists and the ankles. Stretching the arms overhead, take a full body stretch before bending your knees and rolling towards the right side. Pause on your side for a moment of gratitude for your body and all that it does for you. And then when you're ready, make your way up to seated. All right, the quote of today comes from James Stevens. Curiosity will conquer fear even more than bravery will. So get curious about your life, get curious about your day. Where can you make changes? What feels good? What doesn't? Because when we begin to become aware through the act of being curious, it makes such a difference to the choices we make through the day. So build that awareness through your curiosity and see what shifts and things you want to make happen in your life, or see what feels good and do more of it. Because honestly, life should feel good. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are enjoying this practice. We are now 2/3 of the way through our 30-day yoga journey. So I'm really excited to see you tomorrow for a nice chill yin practice for day 21. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. If you want to make a comment, I'd love to hear your comments about this challenge. To be fair, I have kind of thrown it together very last minute as some things happen, but I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear more of what you want, what feels good for you, because then I can incorporate that into our practices. I'd love to hear what you want to see next. You know, we're doing a 30-day challenge now. What would you like to see after the 30-day challenge? I look forward to hearing from you. And remember, if you like the practice, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe to follow along for more, and hit the notification bell to see when videos drop. And give it a share if you love it. Share it with your friends so that more people can join us and we can start to build a real community around it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.